I believe one of the biggest challenges that I have as a parent is to how to pass my values on to my children to help them make right choices. My kids no longer understand right from wrong. And so we're going to discuss that today. And I want to start out by an illustration. Over the last 75, maybe close to 80 months, in probably 20 countries of the world, I've called young people up in front of their church. And I often do it on a Sunday morning, and I'll ask the youth director, who is your sharpest kid? And then I'll call one of them up, and in front of their parents, their pastor, their youth pastor, and the entire Sunday morning, I'll say, if there was a situation out here where if you lied, you'd get out from underneath the circumstances, would you lie? Out of 249 young people, 244 said yes. And then I took these 249, 100 and some more, a step further to 348 young people. And I said, is lying wrong? Is lying wrong? And 344 immediately said yes. You said, oh, wait a minute. That doesn't tie together. That 97% said they would lie, and 97% said that lying is wrong. That does tie together. Because you see, to understand the new youth culture that's developing all over the world, there's almost zero continuity between belief and behavior. Almost zero continuity. Then I took the 348 a step further. I said, why is lying wrong? Almost straight across the answer was, because my parents taught me it was wrong. Now that's really dumb. Now look in the expressions of some of your faces here. I better explain that. If lying is wrong because my mom or my dad taught me it was wrong, then you just justified almost every evil atrocity in the world. Why? Because my parents taught me it was right. Look, that's the way your parents taught you. Those are the values your parents taught you. My parents raised me differently. They taught me different values. You need to be tolerant. Don't impose your parents' values upon me. And if you think that anything is right or wrong because you as a parent taught your child, then you better learn an answer to that question, because your kids will face it. And then I said, well, how did your parents teach you that something was wrong? And do you realize almost half of those young people could not answer it? They couldn't answer it. 51% said, because the Bible says, thou shalt not lie. Now that's not true. That's dumb. Boy, I better explain that one. Nothing is right or wrong because the Bible says, thou shalt not. You say, no, explain that. Well, this is no small matter. A commandment, a precept, merely states what is right or what is wrong. But incorporated within a commandment, thou shalt not, whether the 10 Commandments or what, there is no moral authority to establish why it is right or why it is wrong. And then with these 348 young people, I took them a step further. Why does the Bible say, thou shalt not lie? Only 3 could answer it. You have to understand, all over the world, in almost every country, culture has changed. It has totally changed from the time you as parents were young people and young people today. Whatever the pastor normally preached from the pulpit was reinforced in the home. That is no longer true. You raise your children the way your parents raised you, and you can lose them. Because the whole situation has changed. You say, well, how do we teach our children right from wrong? How do we give them a moral authority of what is right and what is wrong and why? See, that's the key. I cannot stop raising my children with telling them what is right and what is wrong, or thou shalt not. I'll lose them. Now, when you were growing up, that's all you needed. Why? Because so much around you reinforced what your parents taught you, but that's no longer true. Now it flies in the face of it. So if I want my children to not only survive, but to thrive in their walk with Christ, I can't stop by teaching them what is right and what is wrong. I must take them a step further and teach them why are certain things right and why are certain things wrong.